Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a Mordekaiser game in a high ELO game because, well, today is DreamHack and I've been watching most of the stream. It is still running, but I decided to cast the game while waiting for the other semi-final to start. So I'm a Imaqtpie. Fairly high ranked player, not the highest, but we should still see some really good play from him or her. Nobody knows really if it's a he or a she, but it doesn't really matter. It's a good player, so I don't care. So Mordekaiser, normally in the low ELO matches, he's played too aggressively. You need to space out your abilities a bit more than they normally do, because every ability charges up your shield, and your shield is the main thing keeping you alive, because your HP pool isn't that great. So team wise we have Mordekaiser, Jarvan, Rumble, quite tanky. And then we have Cassiopeia and Brand, two AP carries, doing most of the damage. So we'll have to see if that is actually enough to scare the enemy team, because Rumble does magic damage as well, and then we have Mordekaiser doing magic damage. So only Jarvan has the physical damage. And we have two smites on this team. That is rather, well, unique. Normally we see this if they want to go for a very early dragon, because then you get well, with two smites you get a lot more power in the early game to get the dragon, and it could also be used to just steal one of the buffs. So the enemy team then, they have Blitzcrank and Amumu and Galio as three really tanky characters. Mumu and Galio normally, especially Galio, is a real tank. Mumu is probably also a real tank, but Galio actually gains AP from his magic resist, so you're kind of like with Rammus, you kind of have to build him with a certain amount of magic resist, because you get the free AP. With Rammus it's of course with armor. He gets, I can't remember, I think he gets AP from armor or something like that, I don't know. And Malphite, he gets one of his skills. Well, the damage on one of his skills is based on the level of armor you have. So he's kind of a real tank as well, in my opinion, that is. Then this team has a Vladimir for the AP damage, so the magic damage, and a Caitlyn for the physical damage. So right off the bat I would say this team has a better composition than, so the purple team has a better composition than the blue team, but it's really, yeah, it's details. Oh, by the way, I am going to make the Tristana, the AP Tristana video today. It'll probably come out tomorrow, because I forgot that today was DreamHack and I don't really want to miss all the matches, because I want to finish this video. But it is coming, so just so you know, and I will be posting a video of the next weekly challenge. It might be before this video, it might also be after this video, I don't know yet, because making that video is relatively easy, and this video will take a long time to upload, but then again, doesn't really matter when I get the next one up. So I hope the response will be as good as this one. Well, better would be even better, of course. But I got quite a lot of submissions, so thank you for that, and we will certainly have a nice video there. It's hilarious to watch, by the way, the AP Tristana kind of blowing people up, because it's all spike damage then, and it's so fun. But you'll have to wait for the video. So as you can see, we have only one champion in the bottom lane, which is not the usual structure of the match. Normally it's one in top lane, one in mid lane, two in bottom lane, and one in the jungle. But in this case, well, we have a Rumble, I think, who is supposed to be in the bottom lane, but he is kind of jungling with Jarvan. So, as I said, both of them have the smite, and therefore they can jungle pretty well together. And Mordekaiser should be able to hold off just about anything in the bottom lane. He's only really vulnerable to huge spike damage, so a champion like Annie or LeBlanc. And yeah, for the rest, yeah, he can charge up his shield pretty well and survive in that way. So the whole point of Mordekaiser is to build up your shield, which currently has a maximum HP range of 240, and so you can get a shield for 240 hit points. And if you overcharge the shield, so if you gain more shield than you can actually store, then the rest is just wasted. It's lost. And that is the real important thing you have to learn, to space out your skills. Well, early game here is not so much a problem yet, because he's in no danger of dying. But when you get into the later game, you will see that the skills do more damage, especially if you go for AP Mordekaiser. And you're going to overcharge your shield quite a bit, and that is just a waste of shield. So you have to have one skill on cooldown at all times normally in the later game. So mid to late game, I would say. Yeah, so I'll discuss a little bit about the skills. So yeah, probably everyone played Mordekaiser by now, because he's free like once every 2 weeks. And he's kind of fun to play, because he's relatively easy to learn. So first of all, his innate ability, 25% of the damage dealt from ability is converted into temporary shield. Maximum shield strength is 270 health, and the shield decays by 3% per second, and that 3% is the 3% from the maximum amount. And the 270 health, as you might have noticed already, goes up every time you level up. So now he's level 7, now it's 300. So, well, you get the point. So with his Q then, the Mace of Spades, we normally see this one as one of the last skills leveled up, but it's still a good skill. It's basically a single target nuke, but if there are more enemies or targets nearby, it's going to spread out the damage, and yeah, you're going to do more damage overall, so you're going to have more charge to your shield, but it doesn't really target. Yeah, it's best used when there's only one enemy and you can do a whole lot of damage to this one enemy. But yeah, I guess if you're just going for the more damage... Oh, okay, really nice kill there. I thought he was going to die there because he was stunned, or well, taunted in third range, but apparently that's no problem. Well, not no problem, but not enough of a problem to actually kill him. But there you see that he actually lost the complete shield because he couldn't charge it up again. And that is of course the problem. If you're relying on the shield, then as soon as you cannot charge it up, you're going to die, or you're in danger of dying. But anyway, As I said, the Q normally is skilled up as or leveled up as the last skill. Then the W, we already saw it multiple times. It's a protective shield with flying metal shards, and you can give it to yourself or any of your allies, also minions. So allied minions, I would have to say. And yeah, it gives you more armor, more magic resist, and it deals damage per second. And the damage per second actually charge up the shield again. So as you can see, it does level with AP. All of the skills level with AP. The Q actually levels with AD as well. So then the Siphon of Destruction, the E skill. This is normally the one we see at level 1 and also the one that we see maxed out first. It's basically a cone of damage in front of him, and it is quite a lot of damage, but it also has the ability to charge the shield quicker than the actual damage you deal. So as you can see, for each unit hit, Mordekaiser's shield absorbs an additional 3 health, and I thought at first, when I first played him, that this meant that my shield would grow by 3 health every time I hit the minion. Well, it levels up with the amount, so the 3 levels up with the level of Siphon of Destruction. But it is just the amount of shield power you gain. It has nothing to do with the maximum value. The maximum value just levels up with yeah, with your champion's level, basically. I don't know if it ever was like that you could charge your shield higher and higher and higher when you use the E, but I think that would be overpowered, because then you would just kill minions all game with it, or hit minions at least all game with it, and you would get almost an infinite shield. So I'm not sure if they actually had that as the way it worked, but it would be overpowered, so they might have had that and now removed it. And then finally, the Children of the Grave, the ultimate. It's yeah, we saw it once on the Amumu just now. It's a big head that floats above your opponent, above your target, I should say, and it deals quite a lot of damage based on the maximum health of your target. So in this case, 24 plus 2%, so that's 26% of the target's maximum health, and half of that is instantly and half of that is over the next 10 seconds. And it is all magic damage, so your magic steel or what is it called? Spell vamp actually works on it. And yeah, if the target dies, then the next 30 seconds Mordekaiser will have a shadow of that that player or that champion to accompany him, and the shadows